Uno, dos, tres. It took us 4 years to get 3 seasons of Squid Game, but which one was the best? Welcome back, guys, to Folk Entertainment with another poll. Are we milking these polls? Yes, there's no cows left alive. We've milked all the milk that you possibly can get when it comes to Squid Game.
And we should be, contenders for pole folding because we are the kings of the polls. We should join the Olympics, but I tell you what, it's a one-horse race for me, and I'm going to go with Season 1, straight in there, no beating around the bush. It cannot be Season 2 or 3. I don't even understand why it's a debate. Season 1 ends better, starts better, the middle's better, the games are better, the characters are better, the deaths are better. There's nothing in it that's plain retarded. Everything is better.
The story's better.
The only thing that I would say is slightly worse is the production. I do feel like there was some parts of the production early on that were questionable, but here, I'll take questionable production over questionable scripting, my friends.
Now, in the opening scene of Season 1 where we see Ji-hun and he's living in his mum's house and he's sitting on the floor eating soup, asking her for money so he can go and buy his daughter a birthday present, and he is already like in his 30s. I mean, that's sad. I can damn near almost relate. It's not a good feeling, buddy, you know, like, but aye.
Almost relate?
Almost relate. Semi-relate.
For the comfort of the West Wing.
It's just not a good look, is it?
No, it's not a good look, but again, that's not really got anything to do with, I mean, I'm on about production. What's that got to do with production? His productivity levels may be a bit shite.
Well, also the lip syncing was really bad, I think, in episode 1. That scene. I mean, he was talking and there was words coming out, but the lips weren't moving.
I live in the spare room eating soup off the floor.
Now here, maybe if you don't watch with English dubbing, maybe that scene's great.
Should we rewatch the show with Korean dubbing and we could make a fid? I rewatched Squid Game with the actual, native tongue, and it's great.
Could we review every episode if we watch it in Korean?
Could we? Do we need to do it in Korean?
What? Oh no. Well, we could try a wee bit, like.
Name me one word in Korean.
Oh, soju.
Donju.
Soju. Want to go for some soju?
One.
I won. There you go. So we've got a currency and we've got a drink, an alcoholic drink. So listen, that's 2 words that we probably know more than the people watching this video.
We're doing good. We're getting there.
Probably only 2 people watching this video. Anyway, there was 3 options for this poll, 146 votes. Season 1, Season 2, or Season 3. And the votes are in, and after 146 of them, as I said, Season 1 has won this one pretty unanimously. It is 68% for Season 1. We've got Wang Su, and Ji-hun standing there, formidable. Look at the 2 of them looking on. Is this, I don't know what they're looking on here. Is this when Snake Tattoo's beating somebody up, or when a masked man has walked into the room? I'm not too sure. Doesn't look like there's a lot of people behind them. Could this be late in the game? Potentially. Sang-woo's got a bit of blood on his cheek as well, so I'm going to assume that he has, he's been in a bit of a fight or something like that.
Well, either way, start, end, middle, it's Season 1, and it got 68% of the vote, and I have to agree. I think the only reason you wouldn't vote for this season is recency bias. Or if you preferred somehow some of the characters in 2 and 3.
Or if you didn't watch Season 1.
Nah, that's probably the most likely candidate for me.
Listen, I think no matter how good Season 2 or Season 3 was, it was always going to be difficult because at the end of the day, whether you like it or not, Season 2 and Season 3 are literally just one season split into 2 halves. And that's all. You're always going to struggle for that to be better. It is what it is. I mean, Season 2 is the first half of the Squid Games, and then Season 3 is the second half. And I do believe that both seasons have pacing issues. Especially Season 3. Season 2, maybe not so much, because they actually don't start the games until episode 3. But even then, the finale of Season 2, in my opinion, I think Season 2 is quite a bit better than Season 3. But I think if Season 2 had a better finale, I would put it on like a different planet to Season 3.
Yeah.
But unfortunately,
it's just a different time zone right now.
Season 2 finale is essentially just a mid-season finale. It's a way to set up. But that's what it is. Season 2 is not a full season, just like Season 3 is not a full season. They essentially were... They should have just made it Season 2, and if they wanted to have a couple extra episodes, they could have done that. But I just think that if you combine Season 2 and Season 3 together, and let's say you make it well, season 1 was 9 episodes. Let's say you just make season 2 9 episodes, or you make it 10 episodes. I think that if you cut out so much of the filler in those seasons, that it would just be far superior than what we got. I mean, I'm looking at Yun Ho's story arc and him spending 10 episodes at sea. Not even exaggerating. He literally spends 10 full episodes at sea trying to find the island. If you just condensed season 2 and season 3 into the one season, he would not have spent 10 episodes at sea. The games, I think, were dragged out quite a lot in season 2 and season 3. If you'd condensed them into one season, then it would have you would not have had that issue. It is, I think they ruined it. It's obvious, man, it's so fucking obvious it was a money grab, and that they only intended to do a second season, but they thought we'd split the second season into 2 parts because that'll make us more money, and it'll make it feel like we're doing an extra season, but in reality we're not.
Also, a key thing is, it's such a unique concept that we'd never really seen before, so with season 1, it's naturally just going to feel fresh. That's why, for me, season 2 and 3 had to deliver in the games. We'd already seen games. We'd already seen season 1. They needed to go levels up for me, and they didn't. The games were, we compared them. To me, all the games were pretty much worse. Do you not agree, though? It's like the Saw movies, right, or Final Destination. See, once you've seen, like, the first couple, the later ones need to go one up.
Yeah, and for me, it didn't do that. Honestly, I've seen so many trailers, so many screenshots, and I thought we were getting all these cool looking games, like games that were taking it to the next level, games that were going to like advance what we've seen, and unfortunately, that just did not happen. Like, I think if you look at Alice in Borderland, I do think the games in season 2 were a step up from what we've seen in season 1. They did seem more difficult. Do you not think so? They just seemed like there was more thought put into them. They didn't seem as basic. They seemed a bit more advanced.
No, I totally agree.
Whereas in Squid Game, I don't feel like that was the case at all.
No, it just...
And back to seasons 2 and seasons 3, Money Heist Korea was split into 2 parts. So the first 6 episodes came out early in the year, or it might have been even late. I think it was late one year, like December. And then part 2, which was episodes 7 to 8, came out in like June. So they had a 6-month period between the first 6 episodes and the second episodes. So episodes 1 and 6 came out, and then 6 months later, episodes 7 to 12 came out. But they titled that just part 1 and part 2. But essentially, you watch that as a full season. They didn't label it, season 1 and season 2. They basically just split it into 2 parts. And that's what they've done here with Squid Game. But they've actually labelled it as 2 different seasons when it's just not.
No, I totally agree. Obviously, if you combine the 2 seasons, I mean, let's just combine season 2 and 3 together and say it's season 2. It's still nowhere near season 1 because, like you pointed out, season 2 would be on a different planet to season 3 without the finale. But that just shows you as well that, well, season 3 sucked then. It's not like... I see no real benefit, actually, of combining both seasons. Because if season 3 sucks, season 2 is going to get watered down by being associated with it. You don't agree, though?
Aye, I do agree. Anyway, 68% for season 1, 22% for season 3, 10% for season 2. That to me is... I'm a little bit flabbergasted at that.
Why? But season 2 is like... It feels more like a transitional season. As shite as season 3 is, people will say...
You get that definitive ending.
Definitive ending, if it's shite or not. Still conclusive. People die. Season 2... It's like, if you were talking about what season could you miss... You would say season 2, because it's the start of the second round of games essentially. But season 3, that's when you've got the ending of all the games and a lot of the bigger characters die. But I think it just goes to show you how much they dropped the ball in season 3.
They did, but season 2 had that great opening premiere episode with the recruiter, and to me that's one of the standout episodes of the entire show.
I loved that episode with the recruiter,
and I think his Russian roulette with Ji-hun. And also the rock, paper, scissors that he plays with the 2 money lenders. Yeah.
Loan sharks.
Loan sharks, that's the ones.
That's the word.
To me, that's a fantastic episode that to me is like head and shoulders above any episode that we get in season 3. So, to me, I think it should be season 1, season 2, season 3. I cannot help feel but them just trying to expand this and get an extra season out of it just for greed has ultimately ruined things. To me, that if you combine season 2 and season 3 and just condense it in terms of episodes, season 2 was 7 episodes, season 3 6 episodes, 13 episodes in total. Let's say you combine season 2 and season 3 and you take away 4 episodes, that gives you 9 episodes. That was the same length as season 1. Do you not think that would just make that so much better? So you take away 4 episodes, you don't have that massive 30-minute shootout at the end of season 2. You can take away so many of the Captain Park boat scenes where he's misleading Yun-Ho on the search for the island. I just think you could get rid of so much of the filler shit. And also, when you again with season 3, another thing that I don't think helped, you pretty much just see. So episode 4 ends, but 10 minutes into episode 4, you've got the conclusion of the penultimate game, and that pretty much leaves you 3 full episodes with only 1 game left. And I get it. Oh, the focus didn't really seem to be on the final game. It was more just Ji-hun's sacrifice and Yun-Ho finding the island. But again, for me, pacing issues. That's just wrong.
I think a bigger problem for me is like just everything when you compare it to the first season and the latter two is worse, because you're talking about him finding the island. How much better was him finding the island the first time round? You see if you said right after season 1 he's going to find the island again in one of the next 2 seasons, you would have said, well, he must be able to shut it down. Then he must be able to finally confront his brother, and we get a badass scene between those two. They dropped the ball left, right, and centre in season 3. Yo, see, going into season 3, we had a lot of hype. Yeah, the season 2 finale, mid-season, whatever you want to call it, yeah, it sucked a bit, right? And it was a bit cringe, the 30-minute shootout, but it's not like they couldn't have redeemed this show and ended it on a high. Season 3 still could have been better than... It's not like it was sabotaged with 2 to a point where it couldn't have lived up to the heights of 1. And they had years in between filming 1 and the rest. It's not like, oh, yeah, it's a money grab, but it's not like, oh, we had to force this out in a couple of months. They had years, and they just didn't get it right. Can't think of one thing they did better in season 3 compared to season 1 or season 2. I mean, the recruiter stuff, I like that. Maybe from an element of the outside world was a bit better in season 2 than season 1, but I don't know. To me, season 1 is like borderline.
Well, hold on. Nothing really happened in the outside world in season 1, outside of before they go back in and then after Ji-hun gets out.
Yeah, so the loan sharks and the recruiter.
There was no outside connection in season 1.
No, but I seen we watched the first couple of episodes of season 2. I remember thinking, "Fuck, this feels like a massive step up from season 1, like in terms of outside the games." I know you just talked about there was limited outside the games, but season 2 at the start felt like, holy shit, this show's took another level, and then we get introduced to the games, and you quickly realise here, out of these 456 characters, there's about 3 good ones and 453 shite ones.
Yeah, I just didn't really care for the characters as much. The games I thought were alright. You get red light, green light again. You got 6 legs, which was, it was alright. It was interesting. And then you get Mingle. I thought the games were okay, but I don't know. I just didn't really have just didn't have that feeling of season 1.
After early season 2, right, if you factor in season 1 as well, you're thinking, God, this show's well on its way to being considered one of the best shows ever. But I don't see how anyone could say that now. It's unique and it will always have that. And it always pop culture, this show was massive. But even that, who's been talking about Squid Game season 3? Nobody. See, when season 1 came out, how big was it? I know it was during COVID and
You're saying no one's talking about it. It's literally the most watched show at the moment.
No, but
it's the most watched show in every country. It's breaking records.
Compared to season 1, I don't think it is.
Well, season 1 never achieved what season 3 did, so...
Well, maybe I'm wrong then.
I think you're wrong.
I think back in season 1, I know a lot of people that's no bothered their arse watching season 3, but they all watch season 1. Well, I just mustn't have contacts throughout the world.
This guy...
Just my wee shite bubble's been burst.
This guy's bubble, I mean... Anyway, guys, if you thought season 2 or 3 was better than season 1, your bubble has been burst here.
No comments?
No comments, no.
Come on, guys, that's unacceptable. I'm not expecting 456, but
see, 3 years ago, this channel was like season 1. See now, it's like season 4.
Shite.
Shite,
Non-existent.
Anyway, that's it. Till next time. Peace.